team announced today that they will be playing at Steinbrenner Field for the 2025 season after Hurricane Milton damaged Tropicana Field.
The race against the clock to get George Steinbrenner Field ready to go for the Tampa Bay Rays to call home this year.
Tonight, it's an all-out sprint in Tampa Bay.
And that gave us that small window to sort of get things set, which was very hectic, 24 hours, if you will.
This year is going to look substantially different than any other season.
It was a crunch time. Everybody was working 12, 14 hours.
And it's been challenging given the amount of time that they've had.
But these people are working extremely hard around the clock.
Had you asked me if it would all get done a couple days prior, the answer would have been we'll see. The answer is never no. The answer is always we'll see.
George M. Steinbrenner Field, the home of your Tampa Bay Rays for this, the 28th season in franchise history.
Our department, creative, touches every aspect of the organization. People start by putting in a request. Me and my counterpart kind of go through, look through them, and then decide from there, is that request ready to rip? And we pass it along to our team of great designers or videographers or motions graphics folks.
So getting ready for opening day normally is a huge haul. This year, incorporating Steinbrenner Field into that, kind of recreating everything that was at the Trop that needed to come here, and all these new spaces, and kind of bringing it to life.
We have to have everything surveyed, know that we're working correctly within the space. So that's facilitating with our vendors, having them come out here, measure some things, getting those measurements back, talking about quantities and pricing before it even actually goes to design staff. And then they create an incredible product for us. We send it back to the vendor, they produce it, and then coordinating with them to get on site and get it actually physically up.
The dugout tops, for example, we were able to take our campaign-specific Raise Up branding and kind of put that there. You'll see, I think behind me, there's a sign with the campaign. Really an area that we never had at Tropicana Field. Infuse our branding into it and our campaign and make this feel like home.
I take care of all the building operations, whether it's maintenance, grounds, external housekeeping, and then also handle a lot of the deferred maintenance that we do. Well, we actually started coming over here the first part of December, which probably a lot of people don't know. And we started ramping up as the weeks went on until probably the third week of January. The entire maintenance crew was over here. As the crew got over here, we started taking on projects to try to get the ballpark and the building up to not only Major League standards, but also for the Rays, for the baseball team. One of the projects that we tried to squeeze in there was redoing the dugouts. So we replaced the benches, the bat boxes, and we had to get those installed. And we're 10, 12, 14-hour days trying to get everything done. We have about 13, 14 maintenance personnel with the Rays, and so they each played a role in helping one another. Even though someone might be a plumber or a carpenter, it doesn't mean they can't help the electrician or can't help the painters. We were able to get through all these projects because they were helping one another.
The way we were describing it was like sort of like a three-headed monster, right? We were moving stuff at the Trop from one place to another, trying to keep everything dry, kind of trying to salvage everything we could. We were worrying about a spring training that we had to get ready for, and then prepping for a season at GMS, which was sort of unknown. We'd never done it before. So that was the craziest part of it all, was sort of just trying to balance all three of them. So we got to get over here in November-ish and got to see sort of the skeleton of what was gonna go up. The hardest part was us waiting for them to leave because they had to do a whole spring training here. Making the clubhouse seem like it's theirs is a massive part of their performance on the field, right? We want to make them feel like, you know, this is a unique Rays, branded Rays building, right? So covering up all their logos, which, you know, working toe and toe with Warren and his squad, getting the big NY in the middle covered up. Everything from locker plates to the tiles and the hot tubs. Everybody knows this is Steinbrenner Field, but if you weren't a baseball fan, you'd walk in here and be like, dang, the Ray Stadium's pretty freaking cool, you know? Pretty unique, if you ask me.
Specifically, the signage on the back of the scoreboard by Dale Mabry. Designing that and knowing where it was going and what the point of it was, which was to make everyone know this is where we're playing. Really seeing that and passing it, you realize the magnitude of what it means.
The reaction from the fans has just been so overwhelming, and I think we're all just feeling an immense amount of gratitude. I'm grateful to have been a part of this moment in history. I'm grateful to work for an organization where it was really all hands on deck. So I think this project is really just a reflection of that, and I really just couldn't be more proud of all the little pieces that came together to make this happen.
You know, I can't be more prouder of my staff. I mean, they jumped in, they did things that they normally don't do, like I was talking about a minute ago about helping housekeeping and picking up trash and those kind of things. But I think that's part of the Rays culture, you know, it's not that I just do one thing, that I do multiple things, and I'm willing to help other departments or other people. And so I just can't be more prouder of the staff.